If you play Minecraft, I bet that you've been farming at least once, but what's the best way to farm in Minecraft? What's the best crop to farm in Minecraft? I don't know yet. Today I'm going to test multiple crops and see which one gets the highest points out of my scoring system. I will score the plants by comparing their edibility, how fast you can farm them, how much stuff you can craft with them, and special abilities that they have. Okay, so start. I start by planting the wheat crops. The wheat. Then I put bone meal on them. It averages about 3 bone meal per wheat. Wheat can be used to craft 4 different items: cake, hay bales, bread, and cookies. Overall, wheat scored a 4 on the test. Next is beetroot. I plant the beetroot. It averages about 5 bone meal per beetroot. The slowest plant that I came across. Beetroot is edible on its own, but it only has 2 crafting recipes. Overall, it scored a 2. Next is potato. I started by planting it like all the other crops. It averaged about 3 bone meal for each crop. Potatoes only have 1 crafting recipe. It's smelting them in hot potatoes, but they're edible by themselves, so that scores some points. Potatoes scored a 4 in this test. Next one was carrot. Carrot is the one that I expected the most from because it had the best crop time. Only averaged 2 bone meal for every carrot to grow the whole way. Carrots are edible by themselves, and they have 3 different crafting recipes: carrot on a stick, golden carrot, and rabbit stew. They scored a 5. I started by planting the sweet berries. They averaged 2, and they're edible by themselves. They don't have any crafting recipes though, So they only scored a 4. Then it was pumpkins. Pumpkins are very slow. I've never really farmed pumpkins in Minecraft, so I made a mistake here. I just kept planting them because I didn't know how they spawned, but eventually I got it. Pumpkins were slow. They have 4 different crafting recipes, plus the special of making iron golems and snow golems, and they got a 4. Next was melons. Again, I've never farmed melons or pumpkins before in my world because I haven't had the need to farm them, so I ran into the same problem. They were very slow. They're edible by themselves, and they're only used in 1 crafting recipe. So the melons only scored 3. The next was vines. Very, very, very slow. You can't even put bone meal on them. So they only scored a 1. Next is kelp. Kelp can't be eaten on its own. It can be smelted, which counts as 1 crafting recipe. Then you can eat it, which counts as edible. It grows kinda fast. I consider it fast, but you need a lot of bone meal. So kelp scored 1. I mean 3. Next is bamboo. Bamboos grew relatively fast. I consider it fast. You can't eat it. Crafting recipes 2. It scored a 3. Next is sugarcane. Sugarcane, you can't use bone meal on it, which decreased fast, which made it super slow. 1 crafting recipe, so I ranked it 1. Next one's chorus fruit. Chorus fruit is pretty bad. It's not the worst though. So it's terrible. You can't use bone meal on it. It doesn't grow in the overworld. Well, it does, but you have to bring endstone back. Edible, yes. Special power, yes. It can teleport you. It ranked a 4, but if you were able to use bone meal on it, it would have been better than the carrot. Next is mushrooms. So mushrooms, you can make giant mushrooms, but it takes a bunch of bone meal. I ranked mushrooms a 3. You can make a lot of stuff with them, that's all. Next was netherwort. Netherwort scored a 3. That's all. So in the end, carrots won. Do I recommend farming carrots? Well, it really depends what you're trying to do. Grouping all of these farming stuff together is not really a good idea. They have different things, they're meant for different things. Bamboo's not meant for eating, but yet most of them are meant for eating, so I added edibility as one of the scoring things. So, do I recommend carrots? Yes, they are good. Wheat, making bread, would give you more saturation than carrots. But golden carrots, once you get to the nether, are very easy to make, and I would recommend making golden carrots. They're a really good option. That's all. So please subscribe. It would help my channel out a lot, mean the world to me, and it doesn't cost you anything. It's very easy. So please subscribe. Thank you.